I read the script for Booksmart and laughed so hard and was so happy that this movie was being made.
Gross.
This is the movie that I wish I had seen in high school. It's about really smart girls who are also fun and funny and tough and weird.
Are we gonna go to school or?
Nope. I came up with a cool word, hilarial. It's hilarious, but it's super real and authentic.
Shit. I wanna get my whole arm in here.
So it's about to get pretty crazy and very wet.
We're really telling a story about these girls at this kind of pivotal, crucial point in their lives, which happens to be a really fun and exciting adventure. But really, it's a relationship movie, and essentially, it's a breakup movie.
Olivia took a movie about high school kids and made it something even deeper than just like a high school fun movie. It feels like a movie that's about friendship and how you move on with a friend.
Oh, you sneak in there, right above Billy's head. There we go.
It's really a story about friendship in what, for most people, is the most intimate relationship of their lives before they move on into adulthood.
I'm going to experience a seminal fun anecdote, and we are going to change our stories forever.
She pitched it as training day, a comedic training day. And we were just like, we don't know exactly what you're saying, but that's so interesting, and we want to know more.
What the fuck is this?
You asked the questions!
Oh my God.
We were inspired by things like Beverly Hills Cop, Lethal Weapon. You know, these were what we pulled from. It wasn't approached from a place of like, oh, let's make a girl movie.
You girls need a ride?
That was so different than anything we had ever heard that we were in.
My take on it from the beginning was that high school has extremely high stakes.
Can you please stop repeating that sentence because it's not true?
When actually it feels like life or death, it feels like war. And I really wanted to tell this story with those stakes in mind and to approach it the same way you'd approach a high-octane action movie or war movie. I wanted it to feel like a buddy cop movie where it's about partners who have each other's backs no matter what.
I'm calling Malala.
Wow. You know you only get like one Malala a year.
Yeah, I'm calling it. Full support, no questions asked, you are coming with me.
You don't see roles like this where the best friends are so close and it feels so real. This movie reminds me a lot of me and my sister. It reminds me a lot of our relationship.
Beanie never hangs out with me.
A giant screen. I've had DP's.
She's been a nuisance to work with.
It's like this enormous pot that's just a combination of everybody's personal stories. And then we added the actors.
All right, focus up. Wait for my signal. I'm gonna create a diversion.
The ensemble that Olivia and Allison Jones, our incredible casting director, have put together is iconic.
A lot of times these films are just a series of stereotypes, and people come in and they think, well, I'm here to play the nerdy girl, I'm here to be the hot guy. And I just was looking for people who came at it with a different perspective, and that's who makes up our cast now.
There's a reason why certain people get paid to do what they do, which is like casting and stuff. I don't know what it is, it's like a sixth sense, but like our chemistry is like real, it's raw, it's natural, there's nothing forced.
It was like you had interviewed people to be my best friends because we all get along so well and have such similar sense of humor and personalities.
To take on a role like this and to work, the fact that I knew that I was gonna be working with Billie, I knew that I needed time. So I've been on a strict
I'll be right back.
carb diet for 10 years.
Bringing dimensions to these characters that not only were not on the page, but I don't think have been seen in very many films, but I believe to the people seeing this film will be recognizable as authentic human dimensions that make them much more than just stereotypes to surround our leads.
I'm incredible at hand jobs, but I also got a 1560 on the SATs.
We've been living together for the course of this movie, which has been the greatest.
Like, unbelievable. And so crucial to, I think, our comfortability and also just like our rapport and
our preparedness too.
Yeah.
Like we're able to run lines together every night, and then in the van on the way to work, and just take care of each other, and it's been so great.
The common denominator amongst our cast, even though they have a wealth of different types of experiences, is that they're all fearless and very present and professional.
Olivia really wanted to bring elements of my real life characteristics, me, Kaitlyn, into the role of Amy. I told Olivia that I played the auto harp, for example. And she was like, we gotta put it in the movie. So now Amy plays the auto harp, and it's really cool.
Don't wanna say I'm getting concerned, but to be honest, I'm getting concerned.
Welcome to my party.
You know, these actors have trusted me to guide them through this process, and they've just kind of handed themselves over and offered a real kind of courageous energy that we've shepherded into something really special.
She's a good judge of character and vibe and talent, and it's a big part of directing, you know, putting people together from different backgrounds to have an end goal of making something interesting, both in front of the camera, behind the camera.
Maybe the most fun I've ever had was developing this script with her, and so many of the ideas came from her brain, and well, she may not say it, she's a really great writer. She brings so many ideas herself.
So everything was really very connected in an organic way, and that's because everyone came to work very open and committed to telling the story.
Even with the whole creative process, she was so deeply collaborative. There was never a sense of ownership of ideas.
It's pretty amazing how she can transform a scene and how she pulls a really great performance out of our actors, or just knows when she's got something great, she knows she's got it.
She walks that line of like being there and being funny and creative and like giving you what you need. But if you're trying some out, she is so on board for like, do your thing, try out whatever you want to try out.
And I think Olivia just has that, thing about her that makes it so easy to work for her and work with her, that she can just inspire you in so few words and so quickly to do exactly what it is that is in her head.
Oh no. Pretty cool, huh? We're on a boat right now. What's up with that?
People sometimes assume that comedies can't be really stylish and beautiful and can't have a kind of artistic perspective, but of course they can. And I think that we were able to balance that because of all the collaborators involved.
Katie Byron, our production designer, really curated the location selection. She found a really interesting look for Los Angeles. It was important to Olivia to make a high school movie, but make it look different and also feel classic.
That car belongs in a museum.
What the fuck, Jared? I said door to door.
There is a vintage quality about it. And I think that came from our, just like what we like and our aesthetic inclinations, but also this idea that we wanted to make something that was timeless.
A lot of the sets have kind of common elements or through lines. There's textures that we see in the movie from beginning to end, and it feels really cohesive.
Olivia knew what she wanted from the very beginning. The colors, she really liked the peaches and the sands and the dreamy colors that are somewhere in between like beautiful and drab.
Katie Byron, our production designer, she really, with not very many resources, has turned this movie into something that has such incredible production value. And she's connected to the emotional story in a real way that has allowed it to only make the film much richer and more dynamic. With the design of the girls' bedrooms, she worked with Kaitlyn and with Beanie on what exactly would be in their rooms, down to the texture of the blankets, the color of the wallpaper, what exactly would be on their bedside tables, what's inside the drawers, something we may never see, but really informs the performance. We have certain shots in this film that are not typical for a comedy of this size. Because of our incredible Steadicam operator, Chris Harhoff, who has worked on films with Scorsese. He shot Birdman. He's incredible. He was the one who allowed us to do our one shot of Kaitlyn from the pool through Nick's party house, which leads into the epic argument between her and Molly, and that is something that's very difficult technically to pull off. Awesome, we got that. Okay. Yeah.
Each day is hard, and at the end of the day, we look back and say, wow, we got that, we did that. That's amazing, it looks beautiful. Everyone's just working at their highest level, and it's amazing what we've been able to pull off.
Can I get a what?
You guys are here. First day of the job was on the yacht, and it's the scene where Gigi jumps off into the ocean. And of course I show up and I'm like, I'll do it. Yep, I am in. I want to do my own stunts. It's not that far, I'll jump in there. And they're like, Billie, actually, like, the water is filthy. Like, you will have to put a tampon in to protect yourself from it. And I'm like, oh, okay, I could do it, maybe. They're like, actually, it's like, it's illegal. Like, you can't do it. And I was like, fine, fuck. And then the stunt people show up, and the girl who did the dive was a professional cliff diver.
Grip escape move!
And it was magic. It was 5 a.m. and she did this beautiful swan dive, and I could have never done anything close to as good.
Molly! Grip escape move!
Please? Oh my god. Oh my god. Jinx, are you okay?
You'll always be her first.
Literally every scene, though, has been so fun. I know that's like a generic answer, but it really is true.
Charmaine, get to the safe room. We're being robbed by supermodels.
You girls look fabulous.
I really loved working with Lisa Kudrow and Will Forte.
Yesterday we shot a scene where we were preparing a meal full of punny dishes.
You gotta taste this. Yeah. I'm calling it Diplo meatball.
Oh, she got a hug from Lisa Kudrow.
The group hug was pretty great. Yeah, made my whole life. In one of her scenes, I'm on the bed and Kaitlyn is, Amy and her mom are packing and Molly's like depressed on the bed and she's like messing around with her auto harp. And the first thing that came to my mind as I was like fake strumming was one of Phoebe's songs on Friends that she sings.
Smelly Cat?
No, it was the Monica.
Oh, Monica.
Have a happy Hanukkah. And in my head, I was singing, and I was like, Beanie, if you sing that out loud, I swear to God, I was like screaming at myself.
Keep it together.
I was like, keep it together, Feldstein, you mother of God, do not mess this up.
We all brought our own kind of high school baggage to this movie.
There is a panda which is used for sexual purposes.
Don't knock it until you've tried it. Don't knock it until you've tried it.
I'm not knocking it.
We don't know that she does sexual stuff with it, so she gets in there and starts kissing the doll.
Not on the head.
Make it stop.
Not on the neck.
Okay, I got it.
Amy, there's
Look who she's bringing. Yeah, to give it kisses to give to Amy when she's away.
Just a quick cue. What happened to her eye?
I think the Barbie trip is definitely going to be remembered.
My God.
What the fuck am I wearing? Where's my badge?
The scene that I threw up on Hope.
Are you good?
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
I've never done a scene like that, and it was actually, I like to do new things. I thought it was really fun to do that scene.
I've never had to like really make out with a girl myself, and I've never had to like take off my clothes on screen, so that to me I felt like I was overcoming my own fears, which was really cool actually. And I was like, oh, this isn't so weird. And especially with the bathroom scene, having a female directing that was like so nice. And Olivia was in the room the whole time, and it felt so much more genuine and authentic, and it didn't feel like I was putting on a show, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't feel like we were like trying to arouse like the male gaze. It was just like, no, these are literally two girls just like awkwardly figuring out the body, and it's so real.
I don't think that's all you think it is.
And I love that. I really can't wait to see how that turns out.
We had to do this scene the other day, and it was our departing scene at the airport.
Yeah.
And both of us, and I think you experienced the same thing, and I've never really experienced this in shooting a film before, where like the tears were real, like, and the fact that we were shooting the airport scene at the very end of this shoot, it all seemed very real to me that I was gonna be leaving, and you were gonna be leaving, and we're not gonna see each other for a while, and it was very, very, very sad to me.
what just happened out there?
What just happened out there?
All right, on to take 4.
Today is the last day of Booksmart. It's bittersweet, but there's really no sweet. It's just like kind of shitty, you know? It's just bitter. Much like licking the bottom of a boot. That's what today feels like, kind of. And not because it's not a fun day, because it is certainly a fun day, but it's a sad.
It's a very sad day.
In 20 years, when we look back on this experience, I mean, the biggest would have to be getting to know you, for sure. Did you expect? Would this be the first time someone has cried in one of your interviews?
Stop it. I swear to God.
Are we setting a record?
We are. Moving past that. I was gonna say the same thing. That's why I got so sad.
It's an amazing, unusual experience that not only is everyone really, really good at their jobs, they're also really just chill, kind, good people.
This was a great set, and I'm gonna really miss it, and I really hope I get to work with new people again.
I sincerely hope that people will see this film and have a great time because it's a great adventure movie. They'll laugh a lot. They'll have a lot of fun. I hope it makes them consider how they've perceived others, how they've judged people potentially unfairly, even themselves. I hope it makes them see others with a little more empathy. I hope it makes them appreciate the complexity of their own selves. And I hope it makes people just kind of reflect on their high school experience, whether they're in it currently or it was 40 years ago, and think that's a special time in life. And it's important to be present because those times are fleeting.
So we're gonna go cry, but it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
Simple pleasure.
Yeah, Booksmart is a love story. When it comes down to it, it really is.
All right, guys, that is a picture wrap on all of our cast.
Okay, so what's about to happen?
We're about to do the fantasy sequence where Molly and Nick dance together. What we always say about this movie is that it feels like filming 20 movies in one. The dance was a really special scene to film.
When I first met with Olivia, it was a fantasy scene, right? So we talked about a lot of the classical movies, classical musical numbers. So we were really inspired by the musicals back then, but also adding more primitive moments, more abstract moments to make it more relatable for the audience.
Beanie's a trained dancer, and so that's why I added the dance fantasy, because I thought we can't have Beanie in this film and not use this incredible skill.
You just have to step up your game. Like, you just have to rise to my level.
I've never done choreographed, never done like jazz or contemporary, which all of that is in there. I would do stuff like spins, and I was like, oh, I didn't think I could move that way.
Mason worked so hard, and our amazing choreographer, Dina, and her assistant, Jamie, were incredible, and the four of us were like a little team, and we were like, we're gonna do this.
There's a lot of turning of body parts before the whole of you turns. All the way, more. Dina was so sweet and helpful and kind and honest. And because of that, I feel like it pushed us to just be better in different areas that otherwise we, at least I, probably would not have been.
We did it in one take, and it was like incredible.
No.
No?
No.
Not acceptable.
This is not okay.
Who allowed you to be this beautiful?
Who allowed you to be this beautiful?
Who allowed you to take my breath away?
I read the script, I thought it was funny. And then when I met Olivia, the references that she brought to it and the way that she wanted to make it real, and she wanted the clothes to be vintage, she wanted the people to have some kind of personality.
I was very clear that I want them to be unique. I want them to not even try to change how they look. That's not the journey they're on.
Come on. Jer Bear coming at you from all angles.
All the main characters are really different. Everyone's kind of representing different groups in high school, and so we had the opportunity to really dig into each character.
And April came up with the brilliant idea of having the girls wear this kind of Rosie the Riveter-inspired jumpsuit that matches, and they each wear kind of like neck scarves.
Molly's jam is that she wants to be a senator in the future. She's going to be in the Supreme Court. She's very politically active, so her things are turtlenecks, blazers, skirts.
Nobody's winning in that outfit.
Amy is also extremely academic and smart and political. She's more of a feminist, naturalist, humanitarian.
Till all of us can pee without genitals, none of us can.
These are unusual ideas that come from April's imagination, and it adds so much texture to the film. It immediately creates a different vibe.
I think the hardest thing was there's a scene where Amy and Molly change into Miss Fine's clothes.
I got a lot of shit in this car. Why don't y'all go through some of those bags?
I'm sorry, we could touch your clothes?
Yes, please. Please touch my clothes.
Jessica Williams is 6 foot tall, and Kaitlyn and Beanie are 5'1". So just trying to wrap my head around, like, A, what would Miss Fine have in her car? What would look really cute on those girls, and what would be somewhat believable?
I have no breath.
Excuse me?
Sorry, what?
I know where to go with this. It's too perfect.
She's an amazing woman, and I really admire her, and she was an essential part of telling the story.
I'm gonna go downstairs.
Bye, Gigi.
Could you imagine if I went to a high school party? That would be like legit insane, right? Me, Stacy Diane Fine, going to a high school party. That would be like legit crazy. You know what? No, I should go. I was invited. And you know who wasn't invited? You, high school Stacy. You weren't fucking invited. So you know what? Why don't you stay at home? Fuck you, high school Stacy. Okay? Fuck off. No, but I'm serious. No, fuck off. I might just get wild. I'm gonna have a little high school punch. How about that? Catch me inside. How about that? But the kids aren't talking about that anymore? Okay, well, let me go fucking find out what the kids are talking about, because I'm gonna go to this fucking high school party. How about that? I'm gonna fucking go to this fucking high school ass party. Grown ass woman turning around to go to a party. Let's fucking rock it tonight, girlfriend.
All right, focus up. Wait for my signal. I'm gonna create a diversion.
What?
Oh, hey, what's the... Oh, hey, I'm a delinquent. I broke a lot of laws tonight, okay?
Ma'am.
What?
I'm gonna ask you to please calm down.
What?
Yeah, calm down.
What'd you say?
Ma'am, stop.
Huh? What?
Ma'am, that's not necessary.
Sir? Sir? What?
Ma'am.
What?
Ma'am, stop dancing.
Huh? What did you say? Huh? Didn't hear ya. Couldn't hear ya, 'cause I'm just a little kid.
Okay,
I'm underage. What? Drugs! 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 I did a drug tonight. Well, accidentally, but still. I held a man hostage. So you should probably be recording on this little body camera of yours.
Easy, ma'am. Just take it easy.
All right. Look at me. You looking at me? Look at me. I really like you guys. And I'm down to have a conversation about how to fix what I see as an inherent societal problem. And I think you and I need to... Bob! Assaulting an officer!
Yeah, it is. She bought my hat. She bought my fucking hat. Barry, get her. Get her.
Amy, you've been out for 2 years and you've never kissed a girl.
I really don't know what I'm doing with all that stuff.
I have a secret for you. I once tried to masturbate with an electric toothbrush, but I got a horrible UTI.
Yeah.
Like, horrible.
I wish that would have been a secret, but you've mentioned it many, many times.
Oh, shit.
Are we gonna go to school, or?
Nope.
What's 2 + 2?
Isn't it crazy that it's the last day of school? Are you kidding me, Samantha?
She's got a really cute smile.
Go talk to her. Oh, sorry. Sharp elbows. Not as sharp as your chin.
What?
It's the last day. We got you through high school.
I need to go over the end of the year budget numbers.
Can't we just graduate, head off to college? That should do it, right?
We will persist.
I can't hear you. I can't soundproof glass.
We have to go to a party tonight.
What?
Nobody knows that we are fun. We didn't party because we wanted to focus on school and get into good colleges.
And it worked.
But the irresponsible people who partied also got into those colleges.
I'm incredible at hand jobs, but I also got a 1560 on the SATs.
We haven't done anything. We haven't broken any rules.
Name one person whose life was so much better because they broke a couple of rules.
Picasso.
He broke art rules.
Rosa Parks.
Name another one.
Susan B. Anthony.
God damn it.
Picture this, I'm a bag of put me to your lips.
Hand sanitizer. Check. Chapstick. Check. Mace. Listen, it is very important that you keep the safe.
Oh!
There's something on! Don't touch your eyes!
Tonight is your night.
What is this?
We asked the questions!
Oh my God. How old are you?
Does not matter!
Well, this seems excessive. Shotgun. Just kidding. I don't have one.
Don't say we're having a date night.
Why? It's funny your parents think we're boning.
What you two have is special.
We are going to show each other how much we care about each other.
We'll probably just do a Korean face mask.
I don't need to know all the words.